Council for April 21st, 2025. Please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And the roll.
Belzak. Here. Gustafson.
Here.
Kenny.
Here.
Legansky.
Here.
Shower.
Here.
Stompanato.
Here.
Sullivan.
Here.
7 present.
We have a quorum. Takes us to questions and comments and announcements of a general nature. This is for anyone in the audience who may want to present an issue to the City Council or speak to the agenda at this time. Is there anyone that would like to do that? If not, we move to approval of the minutes, and I ask for the approval, or ask for a motion for the approval of the April 7, 2025 minutes. Alderman Shower, seconded by Alderman Legansky. Questions or comments? If none, the roll.
Shower.
Aye.
Legansky.
Aye.
Stompanato.
Aye.
Sullivan.
Abstain?
Belzak.
Aye.
Gustafson.
Aye.
Kenny.
Abstain.
I have 5 ayes and 2 abstentions.
The minutes have been approved. It takes us to receiving of communications. Do any of the aldermen have communications they'd like to share? If none, we move to the mayor's report. We have 2 appointments tonight. The first is the consideration of a motion to approve the reappointment of Frank Novarini to the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners. Motion to approve. Alderwoman Sullivan, seconded by Alderman Belzak. Questions or comments? If none, the roll.
Sullivan.
Aye.
Belzak.
Aye.
Legansky.
Aye.
Gustafson.
Aye.
Kenny.
Aye.
Shower.
Aye.
Stompanato.
Aye.
7 ayes.
Item B, consideration of motion to approve the appointment of Maura Killian to the Environmental Committee. Moved by Alderman Stompanato, seconded by Alderman Belzak. Again, any questions or comments?
I was just noticing it hasn't been a joint resident very that long. Do we ever look at the length of somebody taking any of these positions at
I
all?
look at the qualifications, their interest, I look at their background, the committees that they're on. She's at the Darien Garden Club, so she's got a background in that area that I thought was appropriate.
Right. I mean, I'm not, either way, I'm just asking that clarification is all, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else? If none, the roll.
Stompanato.
Aye.
Belzak.
Aye.
Kenny.
Aye.
Sullivan.
Aye.
Gustafson.
Aye.
Shower.
Aye.
Legansky.
Aye.
7 ayes.
Maura, you want to come forward and get sworn in?
Wasn't trying to make trouble.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Maura Killian,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of
the duties of
Environmental Committee
Environmental Committee
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
And I have a card for you to sign here. And then this is for you. And congratulations.
Okay, city clerk's report, Joanne.
No report this evening.
City administrator's report.
No report.
Department head information and questions. Anything for Chief Thomas or for Mr. Gumbel? Okay, that takes us to our treasurer's report. Mike, 24, 25, 24.
Sorry to slow things down on you guys. Requesting approval of warrant number 242524 in the amount of $706,231.03 from the listed fund and payroll for the period ended April 17th in the amount of $313,711.15. Total be approved of $1,019,942.18.
Motion to approve. Alderman Sullivan, second by Alderman Legansky. Again, any questions or comments? None, the roll.
Sullivan.
Aye.
Legansky.
Aye.
Stompanato.
Aye.
Belzak.
Aye.
Gustafson.
Aye.
Shower.
Aye.
Kenny?
Aye.
7 ayes.
The warrant's been approved. Mike, the monthly report?
Monthly report for the 11 months ended March 31st reflect general fund year-to-date revenue of $18,691,898. Expenses $15,253,441. Current balance $8,418,682. Water depreciation fund year-to-date revenue $6,585,036. Expenses $7,389,928. Current balance $2,921,071. Motor fuel tax fund year-to-date revenue $951,563. Expenses $2,033,941. Current balance $604,629. Capital Improvement Fund, year-to-date revenue $770,792. Expenses $768,730. Current balance $19,023,516.
Any questions for Mike on the monthly report? If not, we move ahead to standing committee reports. Do any of the chairmen have minutes or announcements to make? Alderman Belzak.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The next Municipal Services Committee meeting will be held next Monday, April the 28th at 5:30 PM in council chambers.
Thank you very much. Alderman Kenny, anything for Police Committee?
Yes, sir. Police Committee met this evening. We turned in our minutes for the date. I didn't write the date down. However, our next, you got it in front of you?
Yeah, May 19th.
No, that's our next meeting. We turned in minutes.
Oh, that was April 7th, the date of the minutes.
Oh, thank you very much. See, I wasn't here that day, remember? At least I did. So we meet again on May 19th, 6 PM in the police training room, pending agenda items.
Thank you. Mary?
The next Administrative Finance Committee meeting is on Monday, May 5th at 6 PM in the City Hall Conference Room.
Thank you. Michael?
The Police Pension Fund will be meeting first quarter meeting this Thursday, April 24th at 6 o'clock, Police Training Room.
And the Darien Action Committee is meeting 9 o'clock this Saturday, 26th, from about 9 to 11. All right, takes us to questions and comments, agenda related. Anybody in the audience have any questions regarding any item on our agenda? If none, we move to old business. There being none, we move to the consent agenda. I have a number of items. Item A, consideration of a motion authorizing the city administrator to sign a contract for the best bid for streetlight electric supply. Item B, consideration of a motion to approve an ordinance approving a special use amendment and variations from the Darien zoning ordinance for PZC 2024-14, 8226 Cass Avenue, True North Energy LLC. Item C, consideration of a motion approving the memorandum of understanding regarding social work services between Northeast DuPage Family and Youth Services and the Darien Police Department, and authorizing the mayor to sign the MOU. Then our item, I think it's item D,
Yes.
consideration of a motion to approve an ordinance authorizing the sale or disposal of surplus property. Motion to approve. Alderman Kenny, second by Alderman Belzak, and the roll.
Kenny?
Aye.
Belzak?
Aye.
Gustafson?
Aye.
Sullivan?
Aye.
Stompanato?
Aye.
Shower?
Aye.
Leganski?
Aye.
7 ayes.
The consent agenda has been approved. Item C, item A under new business, consideration of a motion to approve an ordinance amending section 3-3-7 5C Class E license of the Darien City Code for True North Energy LLC. Motion to approve, Alderman Shower, second by Alderman Belzak. And again, questions or comments? We had a bit of a presentation. Mary?
Yes, so I'm still trying to get a handle on, so we have other gas stations that sell liquor presently,
True.
and they are,
Speedway.
There's four.
Speedway, there's K, something K,
Circle.
Circle K.
I'm sorry, aren't there four?
And the one on Lamont Road?
so the one on Lamont Road is a
This would be the
Shell
fourth.
station, but it's a Circle K.
No, further south, the 101st and
That's a
I'm not
speed.
Speedway.
it's a Speedway. Yes, that's ours.
I know.
No, I'm
it's
sorry,
ours.
but right now on the doc, in the packet on page 261, I read this to be that there were 4 gas stations with E licenses. E2, 5, 6, and 7, 8301 Lamont, 8975 Lamont, 7502 Cass, 10250 Lamont.
This would be number,
The one south does not currently have liquor, that's 101st, yes,
But they have a license for
Lamont
it.
Road.
I've delivered liquor license there before.
Okay, then that, I'm not sure which other one has it,
Okay.
without looking at it.
I mean,
this would be, we used to have 5, we withdrew one
We
back in
withdrew.
2020.
Right, you're reading
So
it.
this would be reinstituting that 5th license again.
So the only gas station in Darien that doesn't sell is the Speedway on Lamont Road at Plainfield?
I'm not sure.
I thought that was the one, and I have to double check, I'm not sure
because
which
they're
one.
not on here.
If it's not on there, the
83rd.
answer is no.
Okay. And then clarify for me, the gaming, because isn't it allowed to get gaming machines at facilities as long as they're selling liquor?
They have to have a pouring license. If there's an exception to the law, if they're within a certain interchange along the highway.
Because I know there's gas stations that have gaming machines.
Correct,
Okay,
Darien does not.
okay.
So there'll be no gaming.
And then one of the gentlemen that spoke, maybe one of you can come to the podium again. So why are you doing this anyway? I mean, it's just, you feel that the car wash just doesn't justify the existence there anymore in terms of what you get in terms of revenue? And because I see all these other places you can go to now that are popping up all over the place, these big mega places you can go and use their water and vacuum. Is that kind of eating into your part of the market now?
Well, we would desire to have a car wash there as well if we had a larger property. So,
You want both?
yeah, the facility is aged, obviously, and it's past its useful life. It needs to be improved. And our core business today is convenience store and gasoline. If we have enough property and the area demands it, we would also put
You're
a
still
car
like a
wash.
car wash.
But our 2 primary businesses are convenience and gasoline.
So between the two now, you'd rather go this way than keep the existing car wash and just modify and improve the current facility?
Correct. And in order for us to put the amount of money in that's going to need to be invested in it to build what we intend to build, we need to have all the revenue streams. We typically see about 20% more in total inside store sales when we have beer and wine available than if we don't. So that's not saying that 20% is beer and wine sales, but there's associated sales that come along when you
With
have
it,
beer and wine
right.
sales.
Yeah, that's the same situation what happened with Speedway. Was it 12 years ago when we did that? Because they didn't have a beer or a beer wine license until we passed it. That way they did the rehab too, so.
Okay, well, can we please maybe just clarify this? Because again, I read this to be that we have 4 already in the city that have this license. Is that correct?
You have to check.
There are 4 licenses out because this is the 5th license.
Joanne, I know you spoke to it, you have the information of which,
I don't have it in front of me.
Derek has it in the packet.
Just the whole list in the packet that says.
correct, yeah, I thought it was right in front of us at the back, I don't have that up right now.
And the amending section, we're amending section to add a 5th
Yeah,
license.
so we have others gas stations that do it currently. I don't know why we would not allow these gentlemen to do it as well, because we have 4.
Right.
Yeah,
I just
know,
have a.
the security and all that.
Well, I just have, and
good
there
question.
has, like,
Yep.
Tom brought up the cigarettes, and
Yep.
I mean, and this is like, I have no statistical data, but I know that there's been, in the past, like, there's been carjacking thefts, like, at that particular station versus the one on Lamont Road, which is, basically a mirror image, just the next roadway. And just, my youngest just turned 21, but, I just feel like it's another opportunity for underage youth to get access to liquor. I mean, I know they can go into liquor stores and other gas stations. That's my only concern. And they all sadly have the savvy IDs now that scan too. I mean, it's just, that's the reality of the world. So just knowing that you're assuring us with, checks and safety and protocol and cameras, and the new layout gives me encouragement that it would be more secure than the current layout.
And was there just a change of ownership there?
Yeah, we haven't been operating that store
Okay.
on our own We bought it from Shell. We owned the property and the improvements, but there was a independent dealer in there that's been operating that site. We bought him out this past year in order to hopefully.
Correct, because I know there was an issue, Dan, you and I had an issue. They had one of those boxes out
Donation
there
bins, yeah.
where you could, donate shoes and things like that. And I had seen some stuff that overflowed, and I talked to Dan, and he's like, "Wait a minute, the place sold, and the new current owners didn't even know it was even there. They thought somebody just put it there." And they're like, "Well, somehow in the close of the sale, that should have been communicated. You guys were inheriting that, but it's gone now, which I'm okay with." But so you are the new owners there now.
Correct.
Alderman Gansky had a question. I'm just looking at this list again, which is the same one you looked at, and it does just have the 4 license up for gas stations. You had asked how many. This should be the actual listing of the gas stations.
Correct.
Yes, just
Yeah,
verify.
this is correct.
Yes.
So that the one on Plainfield and Clarendon does not, because it's not on here, correct?
There's 3 speedways and 1 Circle K. And we correlates to the speedway on Plainfield and Cass, Lamont Road in Plainfield, and then 1 at 101st or the south.
But the gas station on Clarendon in Plainfield does not sell.
So,
And then the other one on Lamont, or 101st or something?
Yes, he said that one.
Jerry,
It's not.
he made a request, that one. The Plainfield and Clarendon Hills Road made a request, and I denied that request.
Okay, but then the other one on 101st does or does not have a license?
does,
Why is it not on this list?
it is.
Is that the 10250?
That's the
Is it 10250?
That's 10250
Yeah, that's it.
Lamont
Oh,
Road.
because you guys kept saying
I
100.
said, well, 101st, 102.
Oh, I thought there was one across the street or
No, no,
something.
no, it's,
Okay.
it's just, it's.
So the one at
People don't
10250
even
is the same
realize
one we're
it's
talking
Darien,
about?
because
Okay.
it's like really
There's only a
Lamont.
couple spots there.
Yeah, there's like a little.
Got it. I don't go that way.
It's in my ward, come on, okay.
That's the number, I'm pretty sure that's the number 1 gas station in Darien, and even it is
Well, I go to
2
Circle
miles
K.
away from anywhere.
On 89.
I just want to give you a little history. When this first came through, I told Ryan that I was going to deny this request. And they requested to come in and meet with me on a personal one-on-one. And we met for probably over an hour. And I asked a lot of questions, some of the same questions you're asking tonight. And at the end of that hour, I was convinced that they had taken security measures, training, personnel on site into consideration when making this decision to have liquor and wine and beer sales. And I changed my mind at that meeting based on the fact that I had the president of the organization here who flew in to come to Darien to meet with me, as well as this gentleman right here. So I had the privilege of having over an hour to sit there and talk to them. And I will tell you that they answered a lot more questions than we've asked tonight. And I'm convinced that this is a good recommendation.
And appearance-wise, it is a definite improvement, I think, to the location. They are
Oh, absolutely.
definitely upgrading it.
Guys, in the end, and I'm just gonna say this, that location, if it's gonna get the beer license for the improvements to be done, I think the security issue is going to improve dramatically. That's my gut feeling,
I agree.
so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Do we have any more questions? None at all?
Shower.
Aye.
Belzak.
Aye.
Kenny.
Aye.
Sullivan.
Aye.
Gustafson.
Aye.
Legansky.
Aye.
Stompanato.
Aye.
7 ayes.
The item has been approved. Thank you and welcome to Darien, gentlemen. Takes us to questions and comments and announcements. Does anybody have any announcements they'd like to make? I have several, but I'll ask for you first. Okay. Our Darien Business Alliance will be having a luncheon on May 14th. It's a free luncheon to Darien businesses. We are having a John Manila, who is a partner with Crow LLP. He's an AI, he works in their AI department. John is going to be doing a presentation geared to the city of Darien on how AI can help them improve their businesses. So lunch is for free, and the presentation is significant because it deals with AI and how our local businesses, and I told him, We have no large corporations, we're a lot of smaller businesses. He's gearing the presentation to our businesses. I would love to see all 7 aldermen present at this. We ask questions about what the DBA does. Well, the DBA is sponsoring this, and I would like all the aldermen to at least try to find the time to be at this. It's May 14th. It doesn't cost you a penny.
Alpine Banquet's 11:30, is that what I'm seeing?
11:30.
Can you send us that, please?
Yeah,
We
we'll
will
get
send
out
it.
tomorrow, let's just finish it up
Oh, no,
tonight.
yeah, but I'm just-
That's
yeah.
why we didn't have enough.
Yeah, we didn't have enough. And beside that, this afternoon I sent all of you, except for Mike, and I apologize, Mike, from DMMC. DuPage Mayor's Managers is looking to see if you want to be on a committee again this year. I believe Mary, you were on legislative, Jerry, you were on legislative, Joanne was on legislative, Eric was on regulatory. If you would like to be on a committee, I sent you the form with your registration. Fill it out, get it back to Allison by May 15th. And there's a number of committees, like Ted and Ralph, and Tom, if you haven't been on a committee before, this gives you an opportunity to be on a committee through DuPage Mayors and Managers. And you could ask Mary and Joanne and Jerry. A lot of it, what their attendance has been via Zoom. Although they do show up in person, we do have some in person. But I wanted to, you got this in your mailbox. So open it up, take a look at it, and get back to them by May 15th.
Yeah, I've got a Zoom meeting on Wednesday.
For regulatory?
Meeting.
The other
All
thing,
ours are remote now, there are no people at the meeting.
the other thing I'd like to mention is the Darien Rotary is holding their casino night next Tuesday night at the Alpine. It's the major fundraiser, the only fundraiser that the Rotary does. This is the organization that just spent $18,000 promoting literacy by buying all these literacy materials for every preschool child in the city of Darien. It's a great organization. I'm part of it. It's going to be a nice event, and if you'd like to participate, you can pay at the door. But it's 6 o'clock next Tuesday night, the 29th of April. And then the other thing that I had, which I already forgot, this Saturday, the DYC is having their kickoff parade. They kick off the baseball season by having a parade that ends up at, I think they call it the Joey Ventimiglia Field behind Mark DeLay School. And if you'd like to participate in that, I think that'd be nice if I'll be there, I know I'll be there, if you could show up for that. And then the last thing I'll mention is this Friday at 9:30 at Ridgewood Park over on Wakefield, off of Wakefield, is Arbor Day. And we'll be planting a tree in honor of all those that we have lost. And there will be a tree that will be planted for my son.
Oh, great.
So if you get a chance and you can stop by for that on Friday at 9:30, 10 o'clock, it starts officially, that would be nice. So that's all I have. And with that, I will ask for a motion to adjourn. Alderman Kenny, seconded by Alderman Shower. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Maura. Nice having you.
When's your parade again for Saturday?
9 o'clock. It's gonna end at
Starts at the
baseball field.
Thank you for your support.
That's the same time